I'm fully expecting this to be quite an emotional moment because I've been watching it for so long and never been here. It's actually amazing. Why is it always raining when I do these things?
Four times the champion of the world, the pride of Scotland, the Wizard of Whistle, John Higgins!
Hello everyone, I have come to the fair city, or the rainy city of Sheffield today to come and watch the World Snooker Championship at the Crucible Theatre. I've been a lifelong fan of snooker, I've been watching it for 20 or 30 years, but I've never made it here. I've been to a few other events, but never to the Crucible. And with the rumours about it leaving here, maybe in the coming years, nothing confirmed at the time of recording, I thought about time I made the trip up here and came to watch some snooker at the iconic Crucible Theatre. So, got a couple of hours to kill now before the afternoon and evening session. I have tickets for both. So let's go and have a wander around Sheffield and, yeah, get excited. It's worth saying, I know this is quite a niche video and not our usual travel content, and there is more of that to come next year. We do have a cruise booked in October, which we'll definitely film and bring to you. I can just see in the distance my first sighting of the famous hallowed ground of the Crucible Theatre. I'm fully expecting this to be quite an emotional moment because I've been watching it for so long and never been here. It's actually amazing. There it is, the world famous Crucible Theatre. Amazing to be here after all these years. And just around the corner here they have a big screen set up and a lawn area. It's a shame it's raining because it'd be lovely to sit there now and watch some snooker, but it is pissing down. Just opposite the theatre is the Winter Gardens. This is where the BBC studio is. So let's wander in there now and have a look and see if we can see the BBC studio filming. I've just seen it's gone to an interval, so let's might be able to actually see them filming something. I've actually got an hour and a half to kill now before I can do anything, so I think I'm going to walk into the town centre and just go and get some lunch, my coffee, before wandering back and joining the queue, I suppose, for getting inside the theatre for the afternoon session when it happens. And just here is the famous stage door for the Crucible Theatre, where all the TV crews and commentators and players will be coming in later today. I'm not an autograph hunter, so I'm not going to hang around and wait for them, but I've seen this road before where people have been just coming in and lots of autograph hunters crowd around these railings trying to get a handshake or a photo with their favourite players. There was one other semi-famous venue in Sheffield which I wanted to try and check out if I can. That's the pub The Graduate, which I hear a lot about on various podcasts and things, about being a popular haunt for the commentators and perhaps the players during the 2 weeks of the championship. So just walking to try and find that now, and maybe after snooker tonight I'll have time to pop in for a quick pint before we find our hotel. And here it is, just on a street right by the Crucible, just round the corner in fact. Perhaps we'll pop in there later on. It's a beautiful looking building. Why is it always raining when I do these things? Now I've got to sit in the theatre all day with a soaking wet bum. Oh. They have this nice outdoor area, well, nice on a sunny day. It's pouring with rain at the moment, so no one's out here. But they've got the live feed of the snooker onto a large screen, and there's a pub next door which I think are the ones providing the seating, because there's menus all over the table, so I suspect you can bring your drinks out and sit there if you want to. As I record this, Joe O'Connor's on 147 attempt against John Higgins. So I guess we stand here and watch this a minute. In fact, I might go in there underneath that tent. Is this guy meant to be a snooker player? I guess so.
Here at the Halo World Snooker Championship. Bidding for a 14th appearance in the last 16. One of the most prolific winners of the last 3 seasons. A UK champion, a Masters champion, and a man who loves performing here in Sheffield. Raise the roof for the pride of Northern Ireland. He's Mark the Pistol Allen.
That's the afternoon session done. That was excellent, really enjoyed it. I saw Mark Allen win quite convincingly in the end. It was quite close, but it was a good match. And then just for the last half an hour they raised the screen up, which is cool. And I saw Ding Junhui and Zach Surety take 1 frame each. They now finish tomorrow, so that'll be good. I've just got it's about 6 o'clock, 5:02. We've got about an hour now to head back out before I have to head back to the theatre for tonight's game. So I just ran back to the hotel and checked into my room. So I'm just going to lie down for 20 minutes after the drive today, and then, you know, exploring a new city and going to a major sporting event. I'm quite tired. Anyway, have a little rest now, and then I'll walk back up to the city centre, get some food, and then head back in for tonight's session. But excellent, really enjoyed it so far. One thing I will say is that the theatre is definitely a lot smaller than what I thought it would be. I know everyone says that, and I've heard that numerous times. So I was expecting it to feel small and, I don't know, atmospheric, I guess. And it definitely is. You know, the seats are a bit cramped, but they're comfortable because it's a theatre. And I can imagine when it's just one table in the middle, how amazing that is, because when it's 2, you can only see half of one table. When I've been to events before in like Cheltenham, for instance, you can always see both tables, no matter where you are. But yeah, I could see like all of the Mark Allen match, then I could see half the table of the Ding Junhui match. But there is TV screens across the light rigging at the top there. But when there's one table in the middle and everyone's around looking at one table, I can imagine that atmosphere is absolutely electric. So that's something to add to the list, maybe for next year. We'll see. And we're back again, and what a difference a few hours makes. The sun's shining. I've just had a Tesco meal deal, £3.20. Didn't have time for anything else, so that will have to do. And now heading back in for the evening session. So let's head down there. And we're back in. Sat on the other side of the auditorium this time.
Boring because it won't be. This has got 10-9 written all over it. A brilliant match so far. They really like each other, they've got massive respect, their games are well suited to one another. O'Connor had all the hearts fluttering with 12 reds and 12 blacks for a possible max. And John dug in as he always does, right back to his best, beating Joe in the World Open final.
I'm delighted to be sharing today with the six-time world champion Steve Davis. Steve, with day 3, your reflections and thoughts on what we've seen so far?
Well, obviously a number of big seeds already out. This venue is the hardest.
Time to find out who'll be joining them. It's the climax of day 3 here at the one and only Crucible. Without doubt, one of the sport's all-time greats, racing towards his early 50s, but make no mistake, he is back to his very best with 2 massive titles in the last 2 months, bidding for an incredible 27th appearance in the last 16, 4 times a champion of the world, the pride of Scotland, the Wizard of Wishaw, John Higgins!
And that's me done. The end of an amazing day at the Crucible Theatre, my first ever time here. What can I say? It's been absolutely fantastic. To be in that room where all these great iconic moments have happened over the years is something I'm never going to forget, I don't think. Although I've got a feeling this won't be my last time here, so I'm sure I'll come back. Yeah, just to see these great players, although I've seen some before in other tournaments, but to see these great players play in that room where I've watched all these great champions over the years play is an unbelievable experience, and I can't wait to come back here again. Thank you very much for watching. If you've stuck around this far, I really appreciate it. We'll be back soon with Naomi for some more videos. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye.